UGD FNP9. Picked this gun up a couple weeks ago and kind of fell in love with the listing. Guy had it listed out of Hutchinson, which is not too far from me, and had it listed for $450, which not going to be a buyer at that number, but ended up at $350. And to give you a few of the specs, stainless steel slide, polymer, 4-inch barrel. It is a 16+1. I'll roll in some steel picks. It did come with the case and these 3 mags, spent shell casing, and a little manual on telling you how to use it. It is a single action, double action with a decocker. The gun is well over 1 inch with these decockers, ambidextrous, as you can see. And the double action on it, frankly, is pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. Not too bad. So not really too worried about that double action. First pull. The reset on it is fairly quick right there. And the single action is excellent on this thing. Really very little take up. Absolutely no creep, and it just snaps. So all in all, the feel of the gun, excellent. Excellent. Very happy with it. The fit and finish of this gun, excellent. Excellent. I have never owned an FN pistol before, and the FNP has been replaced, discontinued and replaced with the FNX9. They will share the same holsters. A couple of design differences. They went to a polymer decocker that sits a little more snug against the frame, which I can appreciate that now, because these things are they're pretty wide. They do stick out there. And Nothing Fancy actually did a review on this gun. Go check that one out. He actually hacked off the decocker on this side. Figured he's not a lefty, so why have that one on there? Unfortunately, I've got a southpaw in the family. I've got 3 little boys, and my youngest, who picked this up the other day and loved it, is a southpaw, so I'm kind of stuck with that width right here. But, we'll see how that goes. And it does have the pick rail, so if a guy wants to slap a flashlight or a laser on that thing, you're good to go. And again, the fit and finish is wonderful on it. Now, the finish they use on this is really unique. And it's got kind of a sheen to it. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up in the camera, but really, really an excellent, excellent finish. I was really impressed with it. And then it's got something that's kind of unusual. If you look right there, let's see if I can get that to zoom in, because that is really kind of a unique thing you want to see there. That's right, boys. That baby's made in the USA. That's a Yankee gun right there. Let's go ahead and take this thing apart to see what we got inside. And it takes apart just like a SIG, which, frankly, I'm a SIG fanboy and I love it. Take a look inside of there. I mean, there's just absolutely minimal wear on this thing. $350. You can go buy a Taurus and you're not going to get nearly the same quality of firearm. The frame on this thing is super light. These are really long steel rails. And this is a design that these parts can be replaced individually, from my understanding. So if you ever do get to where you wear out a slide rail, which I can't imagine what you got to do to wear out a slide rail, how many thousands of rounds it takes, you can have it replaced. Let's go ahead and take this barrel out. This is the bugaboo on these guns. This is what people talk about. The thinness of the barrel. I'll get some close-ups on there. It is a thin barrel. Shockingly thin barrel. And I don't know what that translates to be real honest. Is that something that is going to lose some accuracy as you heat this gun up? Not real sure. So that's part of the fun of buying these used guns, is going out and testing them and seeing what you got. I'll reassemble this thing real quickly. Talk about the reason I bought this gun was a possible carry concealed weapon. And I know it seems kind of big for a carry concealed. I've carried a 1911 in the past. Full-size guns don't bother me. I do shoulder carry mostly. And what appealed to me was the weight on this thing. FN reports this thing, FN lists this thing at 25 ounces empty. And I'm not an empty weight kind of guy. What I want to know is, what is this thing going to weigh fully loaded with one in the tube? And this gun comes in right at 32 ounces fully loaded with 115 grain hollow points. And to give you a comparison, my Sig Sauer P250 subcompact with 15+1 weighs exactly the same. No difference whatsoever. So I'm going to gain a 1/2 inch barrel, and I'm going to gain 1 round. So that was kind of the appeal when I found this gun. Now, got to get it out to the range. I have noticed one little issue that has come up, and I marked that with a little bitty X right here. It will not last shot stay open, and I got to figure that out. And when I was looking at the gun a little bit closer, I'd stick the other mag in it and have no problem. It stays last shot open. But then I took a little bit closer look, and I'll put a close-up of it. I've got a little bit of a rub here on the slide lock. A little bit of a rub right there against the frame. So we're going to take a little bit of closer look at that after we get out to the range and shoot it a little bit and see if there's any issues there, and it might be something we need to address. So the goal of this gun is, let's see if I can hit a 7x12 steel target in rapid fire at 7 yards, and see if this gun will maybe potentially make the cut to be a carry concealed down the road. And if I do make it a carry concealed, you may have to have the nut and fancy hack job and take that baby off, because yeah, these are wide. So this is UGD with one of my latest acquisitions. I've got a couple others. I got a Kimber that I threw up. Got a Caltech, which I've got a man crush on the Caltech. I'm going to slip it in here just to give it a little peek if you haven't seen that video. Oh, look at that. Look how gnarly that thing is. It just wore out, beat to hell. Looks like just garbage, but yeah, I got a man crush right there on that gun. But this was the star of the show, the FNP 9 from FN, made in America. 16+1, get 3 mags. I'm into it for $350, and I'm hoping to have a carry gun in the future. So I'll get it out to the range, get a video posted on that here in the next few weeks. If you liked the video, pound that like button for me. If you thought it was complete garbage and I shouldn't be doing this, hit the dislike. Leave your comments below. I'd love to have your input on how many rounds do you put through a gun before you consider it reliable enough to carry conceal. And subscribe, because I've got a 12-year-old son that's talking about Legos and the ramblings of a 12-year-old nerd, just killing me on subscribers. UGD.